Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. We're excited for today's video. It's Tuesday. On Tuesdays, I try to test my palate, drink something outside my norm, maybe like do a coffee review so that when I do a coffee beer, it's a little easier for me to describe those flavors. Some spirits, same thing for barrel-aged beers. And I thought no better way than doing Liquid Death water. The main ingredient in beer is water. So let's see, Liquid Death Mountain Water, still drinking water, coming in at 19.2 fluid ounces. Murder your thirst. There is some potential tasting notes on the side, so I'll wait till the end to look at those. Pretty cool can art. The colors remind me a little bit of that. Is it Miller Lite that kind of has these colors? But yeah, pretty excited. I've never had Liquid Death before. I'm not a big bottled or canned water guy. All right, so no overflow when I opened it. Okay. All right. Well, definitely some tiny bubbles in there from pouring it. I wouldn't say, there's a lot of head or anything. It's pretty clear. A little bit of like a chill haze. Yeah, no lacing, no real legs to speak of. Yeah, kind of sticks to the side of the glass. That might be a me thing. I swear I washed this glass. It is what it is. All right, let's see about the aroma. It's very light. It's like a slight minerality. It doesn't smell like a Goza or something with a salinity to it, but just a slight minerality. Okay, I was gonna say lemon, but it's the soap we have at the house is a lemon soap. Yeah, that's just me smelling my hand. Yeah, so not much in terms of the aroma. It's about the taste. Cheers. So the first thing I notice is a lack of carbonation. So unlike a beer, this is just still. There's no fermentation that has created bubbles. There's no forced fermentation. So it's definitely a very still water. I've had one or two, I want to say two still beers before from Woodland Brewery, out of the Utica, New York area on purpose. Some were bottled as flat just to kind of see what that does without the carbonation. So that's a little similar. After the lack of carbonation, definitely notice a lack of hops. There's no, citrus. There's no tropical fruit notes. There's no floral taste. There's no, dank. There's no herbaceous. It just, lacks all of that. For the maltier side of things, thinking of barley wines and stouts and stuff, you also don't get any of that in this. I love Belgian beers. You're not getting a strong yeastiness like you would in a nice Belgian ale. This lacks all of those things. Like the aroma, there's the slightest bit of minerality. Otherwise, it's a relatively flavorless experience. At this point, I've been talking so much, I have to take another sip to see if I can, if I have anything else worth saying. Yeah, just like the aroma, just the slightest minerality, but not salty. It's not. There's no salinity to it at all. Actually, I probably should point this out. This was in my stout fridge at 50 degrees, so that's the temperature I'm drinking it at. Maybe a little bit warmer now. I don't usually talk about price and availability, but it's supposed to be $2.35 a can, and I checked the internet, the apps first, and I went to a grocery store, said they had single cans. The grocery store did not have any single cans. I didn't want to buy a whole pack of them. So then I went across the street. I just walked, it's one couple blocks from my house. Walked across the street to a gas station. They didn't sell it at all there. Walked back home, got my car, went to another grocery store that the app said they had them in singles. They did, but it was flavored ones that were carbonated. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a big seltzer guy. That's another thing, actually. This does not have a carbonic acid taste, which I really appreciate because I do not like carbonic acid. So then I went to a third grocery store, and again, the app said they had singles there. They did not. So I ended up buying a whole case. You know, so availability, apparently that's one of the reasons this is so hyped. It's hard to get. And in terms of the price, $2.35 a can seems a little bit expensive. The pack I bought works out to about $2 a can. But, you know, $50 every 6 months for the water filter in my refrigerator. I have a 20-ounce Yeti, so just a little bit bigger than this. I drink at least 4 of those a day. Those are on work days, let alone the water I drink at work. I did the math. That works out to be about 2 cents per 20 ounces, whereas this is, again, $2 or more. So I can't recommend it at the price point. Let me see what the side says. It's almost impossible for me to read because of the way the lighting is. It's this metallic color on the white background. I'll try. The blue part's easy. This infinitely recyclable can of Stone Cold, not Stone Cold, again, this is out of my stout fridge at 50 degrees. Mountain water clawed its way from deep inside the earth to murder your thirst. Let's see. When a group of teenagers set off into the mountains for a weekend of drinking regular water in plastic bottles. I mean, I'm not a fan of plastic bottles. I don't, again, I have a Yeti. I don't really drink plastic bottles of water. They became hunted by an aluminum can of mountain water that was dead set on murdering their thirsts and recycling their souls. I hope YouTube does not flag me for saying the word murder. Once cracked open, no thirst is safe from liquid death. After ritually dismembering its thirst victims, this brutal can of water used the severed body parts of dead thirsts to build itself a flesh suit, seriously, like getting flagged. I should have read this ahead of time. I just didn't know if I was going to have tasting notes. To build itself a flesh suit, which it uses as a disguise to get a job in marketing. But Liquid Death never took the job. It just murdered a bunch more thirst instead. Hashtag death to plastics. I mean, I love that. Again, the can art is really rad. So that's Liquid Death. Let me know in the comment section if you guys have ever had this before. Maybe you've had other canned waters or even plastic bottle waters. Maybe you have a strong preference. Aquafina maybe is your preference. Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get those conversations going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews, both those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, April Fools. Cheers, everyone.